Well, let me say a very special good evening. Bonsoir pour tout le monde. We are here on lesson number 2, and as you said, there was a student who was supposed to have logged on with us. Hopefully, she joins us a bit later, and our other instructor, Noreen Joseph, is expected to join us. On the cards for tonight, nous allons discuter, nous allons faire une révision, ça nous a fait. We're going to review what is already done, and then we're going to move on to numbers and the alphabet. And we hope to get to making a couple of sentences, maybe 1 or 2 simple sentences towards the end of our exercise. And we should be on for an hour, and that is enough time, I think, to spend with our Creole speakers or beginners.
Yes, and let me once again apologize. Our internet service at home, where I'm hosting this from, is actually down. So I'm using the internet service from my cell phone. So it may be a couple of hiccups along the way, but we're gonna get through this lesson this evening. So again, Alex, thank you for being here, and thank you for educating us on our Creole language today.
Yeah, well, this is the age and the era of technology. So anything happens and whatever goes on, we'll work with it or around it. We'll work with the distractions. It's all part of the ambience.
Yes.
So c'est pas grave, c'est pas un problème. Nous que travail, nous que fait comme nous paye. Ou fait bien rouler. Moun la qui te kai venir mission ever nous soir. The young lady who was supposed to have been on the first tonight. Zafai aussi, Teresa Bitin Creole la. Her daughter is also interested in Creole, and we should be having both of them on sometime later on this program and on future programs. We also invite people, people who are interested, moun ki ni Teresa, moun ki Teresa Bitin Creole la, to have a contact us, and we will eventually send them a link so that they could be on live with us. But the majority of people, Simon, kakute eyoka essayer upon Creole. The majority of people are listening and viewing, and they are trying to learn the language or to interact with the language. And as you say, over 1,000 views, so that's a lot of people.
Yes.
If we had to teach a class, let's say 20 people class, that would have been how many classes? So I think it is very successful thus far, and we hope this second episode, nous essayer deuxième classe là, deuxième état là, qu'elle passe bien, comme première. It's going to pass very well. It's going to be good, just as the first.
Yes.
And if you remember, Kimon, last week we dealt with simple sentences, which we read from the text. Our text is this Creole Dictionary Creole, which is I think the second or the first edition of the Creole Dictionary. So that's our reference text. Noreen also has all the versions of the dictionary. So that is what we use as a reference text. And on last week's episode, we dealt with the simple sentences. One of the things that we said we're doing last week is that we're not going to get too deep in terms of the rudiments, the technical rudiments all at once. We will get into it eventually, but the idea of teaching the language is to have a more of an oral perspective of the language. And while we get into it, we will interject the fundamentals, the rules in terms of writing. And we did some of that last night, last week, in terms of the e and le, and we put the e, and that we can recap the sentences, and we will get into our numbers and towards the end make some we'll also
right back, and we're going to keep going to get through the program. So go ahead, Alex. I think we got disconnected from...
What is Simone?
Yes, I'm here.
When you vet on, I have 20 years old. Bon après-midi. This means...
Yes, go ahead, Alex. Can you?
Nationality. Or country are you from? Moi, c'est yon Saint-Lucien. I am from St. Lucia.
Yes.
Moi, c'est yon Dominican. I am Dominica. What do you want? Moi, vle yon boy. I want to drink. Moi, soif. I am thirsty.
Right.
Ba moi yon ti boy glo souple. Give me some water, please. More, or we could say moins faim. I am hungry. Moi ka ale manger mon. I am going to eat my food.
Right.
Wela ou ka ale. Where are you going?
Right.
Moi ka ale a la place la. I am going to the market. And the sentences continue. What we also did last week, Simone, was we actually showed the how the sentences are constructed, and we emphasized on the E and the R with the accent, acute, and aguave. In terms of if you want to say belle, you have the aguave, you have the acute. So the accent actually creates the sound of the E. So the sentences are right here. We read the sentences. We also share this page on Push Plus 10.
So it is available.
So it's available. People could go and have a look at it and to acquaint themselves with the spelling and the pronunciation that we give to the spelling.
And let me just say again, welcome to everyone. This is Sassino presents Creole Fundamentals with Alex Bruno. The internet is a little touchy-feely this evening because I'm actually using the internet from my phone because our internet is down. So unfortunately, I will not be able to check your comments, but please feel free to comment and throw in your questions, and we'll get back to them at the end of the program, because using 2 streams of internet, it only slows down the live feed. So for now, we'll just focus on the conversation with Alex, on the information that he's sharing, and you can practice along.
Yeah. Now, every class session will not always go in the same way. When you're a teacher, I didn't quite hear.
Yeah, no, I'm done. You can go ahead.
Yes. So you're a teacher, you know, and I'm a teacher, I know. Noreen is still a teacher. She knows that things don't always work out the way that we expect them to, but you just make it happen.
Absolutely.
And this might just be one of our better sessions,
Absolutely.
even through the little feely thing, feely situation that we have. So we reviewed what we did last week, and I think what we can do, probably we can do the days and month, and we get into the numbers and the alphabet. If we can get all it, that would be nice. If we could get that in. And of course, Simone, you will post on again on the Facebook page the relevant literature that shows the spelling and the pronunciation of the lessons of the lesson that we are doing today.
Right.
I do a lot of English because it is better that you teach in the language that the learners speak better.
Yes.
or they are more acquainted with. Parce que si moi ni vini là et moi fait bitin à créole, moi qui pède moun qui dit ça tout difficile, il pas que vini à quoi.
Yep.
So I don't think just coming and speaking the language is the way to teach the language. You teach it in the idiom that the people understand, and then when they are comfortable, they will dabble a bit in the language.
Yes,
so
and then they'll be more comfortable to come and join us.
Indeed. So I will go between the languages, and you are expected to chime into
yes.
Simone, because you are co-presenter. I might be the teacher, but you are co-presenting.
And I feel very confident that I've learned quite a bit already, so I'm ready to chime in.
Indeed. And one of the things we said last week was that Creole is not just a language. Creole is an actual way of life.
Yes.
It's the general embodiment of the people who were born in these parts. And the language is an expression of who we are. Verbal expression. We have other forms of expressions. But the language is like the most contacting and more dominant form of presenting ourselves. Yes, and we also said that language is not a derivative of French, meaning it does not come from French. Creole pas sorti hot français. Creole c'est un langage, c'est quoi moun nou yo fait le yo vive à Caraïbes la hot Afrique. Is a language that our ancestors created as a means of speaking with each other when they came from Africa. Yo sorti hot différentes places. Et de ka essayer trouver une manière pour yo parler avec yon lot. They came from different parts and they wanted to find a way to speak with one another so that the masters, the colonial masters, could not hear. That is how Creole was created. So it's not a broken French. Right. And we also said last week that the French component to the Creole that we do is the base that was placed to carry the language. Creole is indeed a language. It is not a dialect. Creole, c'est pas un dialecte. C'est un langage sep. C'est un langage nous. C'est premier langage Dominic. It is our first language in Dominica. So if you missed last program, we dealt with that.
Yes, and you can see the video as well. The video is on Push Past 10. And while we're at it, let me also remind everyone that the December edition of Creole Heartbeats is now available. So you certainly want to check it out. Lots of interesting articles in there. So on Push Past 10, I actually provide the link to the Creole Heartbeat magazine. So I certainly encourage everyone to get a copy of that magazine and to support the work that Wadix and everyone else is doing to further our culture.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, the days of the week are Dimanche. That is the first day. And it is spelled D-I-M-A-N-C-H. Right, Simone?
Yes.
And the second day, can you give a shot?
Well, you know, Alex, I have a very easy way to remember the days of the week. I have a song.
Really?
So, yes, you don't remember that song? It's Dimanche, lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi. Sorry, I cannot sing, but you do remember that song? Dimanche, lundi. Mon pas chanter, Alex. Mon pas chanter. Mais c'est comme ça, moi, you know, remember days of the week.
So is that Chobi? Is that Groovers?
Oh my God, I cannot tell you, Alex. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know who sang the song.
My word, I have never thought.
Mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi. Okay, Colin XP, you know, I'm not trying to step into your lane.
That's funny. I mean, and that really speaks about the culture, you know, and the way in which we learned before in terms of recitation and
yes,
hymns and so on. That's fascinating, Simon. I'm really, really impressed. Okay, so lundi, Monday, mardi is the people who
reconnect with Alex, and we continue the program. I think it's Going well so far?
Is what you see.
Despite the challenges.
Yes. Dimanche, lundi, silent, soft, lundi. Tuesday is mardi, as pronounced M-A-D-I, M-A-D-I. Mercredi, Wednesday, Mercredi, Wednesday, with the acute E on the last E and the aguave E on the first E. Mercredi, M-E, aguave, A-W-E, acute, D-I, Mercredi, Wednesday. Jeudi, J-E, acute on the E, D-I. That is Thursday. And Friday is vendredi.
Yeah,
V-A-N-D-W-E, acute, D-I. The last day of the week is Samedi.
Samedi.
S-A-N-M-D-I.
And Saturday. I think most people get confused because Samedi almost wants to sound like Sunday because it starts with, S or, it just sounds like Sunday, but it's actually Saturday.
It's Saturday. It used to confuse me before.
Yes, it used to confuse me
beginners before. All right. So the spelling is on here in terms of the days of the week.
Yes, and that is the document I shared as well.
Right. Good. So go to the replay, take your time, go over it, learn to pronounce it. It might be a bit difficult for you because your mouth probably might not have been shaped as yet to deal with the Creole expression, but you get it. As I promised the student who was supposed to join tonight, we can do a language in 4 months. Yeah, because when we take languages at colleges and universities, it's a semester is 4 months, and you should be able to start conversational and writing.
Yeah, and Alex, I'm really looking forward to when we're doing topics and we're able to converse on particular topics and just have conversations. I'm certainly looking forward to that.
We're going to get there. As long as we get the basics right, we're going to start having conversations.
Good.
And then before you know it, you are a Creole speaker, very fluent.
Looking forward to it.
There's no vary in speaking Creole. You just speak it. You don't have to have an accent. You don't have to sound like anything. You don't have to sing it. You can just say it as it is. You will get your own attitude to put to the Creole when you get a hang of it. So, the days of the week. Dimanche, lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi. Right. The months of the year.
Ooh, that one is going to be a challenge for me. Let me get my notes. I need my notes for that one. I don't have a song for that one, Alex.
Well, I was called Chobi and asked him to make a song.
Make a song. Maybe Gordon can make us a song on that one.
Probably he can.
Okay, I got my notes here.
All right, so the first month is Janvier.
Janvier.
G-A-N-V-Y acute E. Janvier. And acute makes the E and A.
So now is it Janvier or Janvier? Just let it roll?
Janvier.
Janvier.
You don't have to break it up. Janvier is not it's proper. You can say it that way, but somebody who speaks Creole would say, but she does not have a hang of the thing.
Right, Janvier.
So Janvier.
Just let it roll.
Janvier.
Right.
Let it roll, yes.
Okay, Janvier.
There are 2 syllables in the word, but you don't break it up. Janvier. So that is Sunday. Sorry, that is January.
January.
Février.
Well, I have to know that one because that's my birthday month. Février.
Okay. Yeah. So the E on the E makes it an A. So it's not A, it's Février.
Sure. Février.
And again, we will put the actual spelling on the Facebook page. I really wish we could have a split screen. Probably when we have more reliable internet, we will do the split screen, and we could even use one of the technologies we used to use the writing stuff, and we could, we hope eventually to get there by the time we really get into the matter.
Yes, I'm learning how to use. I'm learning how to use the whiteboard, Alex, so we can use the whiteboard to do the lessons as well.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Mass. Match. M-A-S. Very
simple. See, I would say mass, but it's mass.
Yeah, you could say mass too, but you do not want to as possible. It's not as hard because a mass is like something else than mass.
Right.
Mass.
Yeah. So like Javier. So Javier Février mass. Javier Février mass. Yep.
Yeah. Avoué.
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 April.
A-V-W-I is April.
Avoué.
Yes.
Yep, that's easy.
May. M with the acute E. So it's a short May, not May. May.
Oh, so it's pronounced the same, May.
Yes.
Okay, May.
Yeah, let's look at just the same spelling.
Same pronunciation as the actual word May.
Yeah. Jen is June. Jen, but you don't say Jen. Or you don't go hard because the N's are normally silent letters in the Creole. Certain you must have really will know which ones. Even more M-W-E-N. You don't say mwen, say mwen.
Yeah, so N is normally silent.
Yes, it's given the silent treatment in Creole. There are certain words you don't, but when it comes towards the end, it is soft.
Okay, Jean.
October.
October.
O-A-O-B.
October.
O-K-T-O-B. October. October.
Yep, October.
The other one is November. Again, is N-O-V-A-N-M, but you go silent on the M. So you say November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why do we even put N's if they're always silent like that?
Yeah, it softens the end of the word of the expression. Because you do not end Creole words harshly. All right, so it tells you that it's not a November. Yeah,
it softens it. Okay,
it gives you a little lateral to add the nuance to the word.
So
and the Sam, yeah, the Sam, D-E-S-A-N-M, same silent on the N with the E acute, make it a de Sam is December.
December. Yeah, it definitely helps to know that the end is silent and it softens the word when you're trying to read something.
It's like fam, F-N-M, fam. You can use a fam, say fam, on belle, fam Creole. So you have the N there, you don't say it, but you think it and it comes through your expression. On belle fam Creole. Somebody would say there's no N in F, in fam, but there is. So this is a congregation, I think, that you have to keep in mind the more you get into the Creole.
Right. So you want me to take it from the top?
Sure. All the months of the all the months of the year.
So Javier.
Yes.
Janvier, Février, Mars. Did we say July? We haven't done July yet.
We missed July?
No, we didn't do July.
Juillet. Sorry, I'm so sorry. And October and September we didn't. Okay, probably we missed it. So Juillet.
Oh boy. Juillet. That sounds like jouer, like you're fighting.
Juillet. J-W-I-Y-E. Juillet.
Jouer.
Not jouer.
Jouer?
Juillet.
Oh Lord.
Juillet. Juillet. J-W-I, juillet.
Juillet. Oh, okay, I get it. The internet is, you know, Juillet. No?
No, you said J. You have a W. Juillet.
J. J.
Juillet.
Juillet. Juillet. Okay, I got it. Juillet.
Right.
Okay, juillet, juillet, juillet. Got it. I got it.
July.
Juillet.
August.
Juillet.
Juillet, yes.
Juillet.
Juillet. Juillet is another thing.
Yeah, juillet.
Août. Soft on the U. Some people say août. They say août. Août. August.
Août.
If you say août, that means you're on the route, on the way to août, August.
Juillet is July.
On the E, T-A-N-M. September.
September. Yeah, I know September pretty well. September. Yep.
Yeah,
I definitely have to practice July. July is the real challenge.
Juillet.
Okay.
Juillet.
All right, so from the top, Javier, Février,
Janvier,
Février, Mars, Juillet, Août, like you, Août, September, let's see, April is, hold on, April. I can't get to the top. May is May. June is without the N. June. November, December. So I think I know which ones I have to practice.
October, November, December. All right. The spelling is not quite crucial now, but it is necessary that we understand the pronunciation and the rules that go with certain pronunciation, the soft N, the acute, the accents, and so on.
We're going to have a great program this evening.
Yeah, it's a bit more challenging, but as long as you get through the basics, we'll be fine.
Yes, and I think we did well so far. We got through the days and we got through the months, and we also recapped what we talked about. And once we get off the line, I will look at the comments. We're going to do the numbers.
So yeah, you can look at the comments and we can see what people are saying.
Well, no, because I'm using the internet very sparingly because it is so unstable for the Zoom. I'll have to check the comments after we're off because then it's going to even make it worse.
Again, and the months of the year, all in one. Yeah, no problems.
Yeah.
All in one breath, and then we'll get into numbers. So it's Dimanche, Lundi, Mardi, very simple.
Yes, got it.
Dimanche, lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi. That's the days of the week. It's Creole just flows out of you when you get with it. It's not difficult at all a language. The months of the year, Février, Mars, Janvier, Août, September, October, November, December.
Right.
We have also Avril, May, Juin. Very, very straightforward. When you want to, the technique, I think, about Creole is just loosening your jaw and just being relaxed. If you get too tense to speak Creole or any language, you block yourself out.
Right.
So, like as I'm speaking it now, I don't feel like it's flowing. It is just normal, natural. Creole is supposed to have a soothing feeling on you.
Right.
It's nothing difficult. You're not supposed to get a headache thinking of Creole. You're supposed to just flow. The way we sing it, the way Michael sings it, the way just look at the people, check through. and the other singers and speakers of Creole, it is just an art. Creole is more of an art than anything else. All right. So if you succumb to it, if you open up to it, it will just flow from you.
Right.
And I don't think there's any Dominican who should not be able to get it because we are all Creole people.
Yep.
All right. Can we do some numbers?
Yep.
All right.
So 0 is what? Not.
Yes.
So
We accent going on the other side. Aqua. On the O, say not.
Not.
Not numbers.
Set.
Right there, you see you don't go soft on the N. You pronounce it. You hit the N. Yon.
Oh, so you hit the N this time. Okay, yon.
Yeah.
Now, is that because it's double N you hit it?
Yes. You see? So you are told that you should go harder on the N with a double N there.
That makes sense.
Yon. It's like anu. You go hard on the N because it is A-N-N-O-U. Anu pale.
You know, and that helps with the spelling when you want to write something out.
Yes.
A-N-N-O-U. Okay.
Or you could also write anu with a apostrophe N-O-U. So the apostrophe tells you that it's supposed to be another N.
Right.
You see? So anu, A-N-N-O-U, or A apostrophe N-O-U. You can do it either way.
Right.
So you go hand and go double N.
Right. So yon, you go hard. And then the E on the D-E is day. Day? Yonder or day?
It's day, not day. Day.
Day. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Day.
Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Agwav accent would make it an E. It would be de, but it's not de, it's day.
Day. So it's the other way for the accent, right?
Yes.
Yon day. Toi. Cat. Sing. Sec. No, don't pronounce the N. Sec. Don't pronounce the N. Sec. Got it. I'm learning, Alex. I'm learning. Sec. Sis. Set. Wheat. Set. Wheat. Nef. Not nerve. Nef. Nef. These. Ons. You don't pronounce the W.
Yes.
Ons. Douze. Twelve. 14. Oh Lord, 15. What is 15?
12.
15. Was it?
12. 12.
But should not be a W? 12?
No. You see the N there? No, I'm sorry. It's 15. 15.
For 15?
15. Yeah, 15, sorry.
How is that 15, Alex? It's T-J-E-N-Z. 15.
What did I say? I didn't. What did I say?
I think you said cans.
No, it's 12. 15 is 12.
12. You would think that would be a W in there, right?
T-J-E-N-Z. T-J-E-N-Z. The N is soft.
Yes.
12.
But shouldn't it be W instead of J? Twins? No?
So it's 15.
Oh.
15 says 12. 12. I think 12 is in the third cut of it. I think so. It's 15. Let me see. Make sure. Hold on. Let me get a bit practical because I might be misleading you.
And again, we do apologize. We can't check the comments because our internet is a little slow today.
It's 12.
12. Yeah, that makes sense. 12.
12. And 16 is sans.
Sans. Yes.
S-E-Z. 17 is deset.
This week.
So when you get to 10, you
add 10 to everything.
Do not say exactly. So you are adding the numbers as you go along. So you don't add 1. You start adding
10
in the plural. So if it's 10 and 6 is 16, is 10 and 6, 10 and 7 is 17.
Right. And this is
10
10.
and 8 is 8. This set.
This wheat, this
10 and 9 is this nef. Not nef, this nef.
This nef, this nef. So let's do from 1 to 20. Not.
You're not going to 100?
No, I'm going to 100, but I have to practice from 1 to 20 and make sure I got it. Okay, not.
So let's go again.
Yes, not. Yon. I was on 10.
F. Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
These was.
This
was those. 12, 14.
You say 11, not was. 11.
11. Oh, yes, the W is silent. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got the 15 right. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
19, yes.
And then 20.
And 20.
20. Oh, Lord. 20.
Yes. So when you get to 20, 20. When you get to 20, you go back to 1. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
20. Yeah, I like to write it the way I hear it sound.
So you don't say 21 on 20. You join the 1 and 2 with 29. 22, 23.
Right.
24, 25, 26, up to 29. 29. And when you get to 30, say 12. That is what I was thinking. 30 is
12 or 20?
No, sorry. 12 is 30 is 20. Sorry.
Thank you. I got something right. 20. 20. Now, do we pronounce the N? 20?
No, 20. 20.
Twat. Okay. So twat, and then what is 31? Twat ayon?
30 is, yeah, 30 is double 15. So twat yon, twat de, twat twa, twat kat, twat six, twat set, twat huit, twat nef.
And then kawat.
The same 9 numbers, and it takes you to the 9 in the 30s, and then we go to 40, which is kawat.
Kawat.
Not kawat, not kawat as the
vagabond,
but kawat.
Yeah,
kawat.
Kawat.
And then you go kawat yon, kawat de, kawat twa, kawat kat, kawat six, kawat set, kawat huit, kawat nef. To second.
Second. Yeah, that's easy. Don't pronounce the N's. Second. Second un, second deux, second trois, second quatre, second sec. What was I on? Second six, second sept, second huit, second neuf.
70, so 70?
70 is 60. 60.
70.
What? Oh, it's 60 plus 10?
Right.
Oh, Lord. Why can't we just have, oh, Lord. Find another one for 70. Oh, Lord. 70. So what is 71? So I said this, So what is 71?
71. What is it?
So now you're counting
Go back to
70.
the second line. Yeah, so it's 70, 11. So 71, 72, 73.
That's crazy.
You see? So you every line you go back to the line before to make to multiply the numbers, and when you get to the 60, you go to those before to mention 60.
That makes sense.
Just continues that. But,
right. So you go to
yeah,
the line before.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you speak it orally, you don't have lines, but you just remember the concept.
Right.
On yon de trois quatre sexis set neuf this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then you double on
Mm-hmm.
three, you know, and then you double when you get into the 30s, you back to the 20s. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. What?
So 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, right? 75,
73,
76, 77,
79,
78, 79, and then 80 is 80.
80.
80. So 80 is 80. It's good exercise for my brain, Alex. 80. So 81 would be what?
81, 92, 12, 84, you know, you go
Same
as you
thing.
just
So you go the
when
same
you get to
direction from 70.
90, when you get to 90, 10, you don't say that, you just say 100. 100 is
Yeah.
is 100.
So 90 also is 90.
Yes.
And you count by 10.
Yes,
So
90 is 90.
So 91, 92, 12,
12,
12, 95, no, 14, 80. Ooh, Alex, that's a mouthful, boy. 80,
yeah, it is a
14.
lot, but
Oui. Practice. 80, 14, 93, 96, 97,
yes.
98, 99, 100. Oh, I like 100.
That's it.
I like 100, Alex.
You
I'm
just
done.
did 100. You just you just did 100 in Creole.
Yes.
But it's all repeating and continuing, and continuing. And you will not get it right. You will not get it perfectly overnight, but no one tells you to count to 100.
Right,
Every
exactly.
time. Just remember how you do the matrix to get the numbers. You say it. If you don't get it right, you will eventually get it right. There's nothing about busting your head about getting Creole right the first time.
And you know, we're famous for going back and forth anyway.
Yeah. Even me who have been speaking Creole for a while, sometimes you get stale because teaching it is different from speaking it.
Yes.
So no one is perfect when it comes to understanding or teaching or learning Creole. It's just something that you go with and eventually get it. So don't feel bad if you miss it.
Oh, no.
If you miss it, you'll be fine.
Yes, and I think I'm getting it. So it looks like we're creeping up on 7 p.m.
Yes, and I think that is the best we can do for that program. We could get into colors, but that will that needs a bit time, to get into the colors, rouge, vert, rose, bleu, So we'll get into that on the next program because we have to apply some more things when we talk about the colors as well. So in terms of what we wanted to have gotten, and I'm hoping the people enjoyed the second edition of Creole Fundamentals. And I'm looking forward to the exchanges the next time around.
Yes, and it's been yes, it's been a pleasure having you on, and thank you for doing this despite our challenges. I think it's just so wonderful that we're embracing the technology and reaching so many more people. And of course, we encourage everyone to click the notification button to know the next time we're going to be on. As a matter of fact, we're going to be Facebook Live on maybe just about every day for the next few days. So you certainly do not want to miss that. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we will be hosting the APP Women's in Leadership Conference, Political Leadership Conference. Alex is very familiar with this, our program. Tomorrow, again,
Many
Facebook
women
Live.
coming together to present a real
Yes, so we're looking forward to that. And then on Saturday, we have the launching of the Caribbean Medical Education Institute. So we have so much going on. So just go ahead and like Push Past 10 and follow us so you can see all the wonderful things that we're doing as Dominican, as Caribbean people, as we continue to promote our culture and our heritage. So it was great being here with you despite the challenges of the technology. I think we were able to provide some value with this program, and we certainly look forward to doing it again next week when my internet is hopefully back and I don't have to use my cell phone for my internet. And we will be back again next week with you for another session of Sasenu Presents Creole Fundamentals for Beginners with Mr. Alex Bruno. As always, I'm Simone, your gracious host and moderator, and it has been a pleasure being with you this evening. So you have yourself a wonderful evening. Alex, we'll be in touch.
Plita.
All right, à plus tard, Alex. Merci beaucoup.
Any problem?
Okay, take care.
Pushing.
Pushing. Okay. All right.